It is time, my friends, for the grand finals of VCT Game Changers 2026 Stage 1 between the legendary G2 Gozen and a new, strong, very strong team here on the scene, Gentlemates. Welcome to GC, my friends. It's good to see this incredible organization also on the Game Changers. And my friends, this is a best of 5, only highlights for this one. I've been covering a lot of grand finals today, and I also gonna do the EMEA Valorant clash that is happening simultaneously, so I won't be present on this one. This is the best way, my friends, for me to do all games. Unfortunately, I can't be present at all at once, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the highlights, and if you do, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.
G2 retaking the A site. It is a 4 versus 5. The defender's favourite from this position.
Yeah, how they retake though, they need to be very cohesive, and you look at Gentlemates, there's issues. For instance, Nani from the corner, only able to get one, but a quick trade from Mimi as G2 begin to assault the site. Very successful in doing so, and it's the captain who leads G2 to the first round win.
Point qualification had already been assured, so it's kind of in these early games of the year where actually they are a bit more scary because there's that much more to play for, and Mimi is definitely up to the task.
Yeah, so on the whole of G2.
Just have to keep tracking how that one develops. For now, it's Akita trying to make an aggressive play. Paranoia coming in late, but the reveal landing and very down to 6 HP. Marty finding the trade on Vanya in the end, and once more, Mates win this A fight.
Yeah, they do. It felt as if it was a little disconnected from G2. Don't know if we missed the utility that was meant to set up Akita, but at the same time, it's the same position except one player more on the G2 side in terms of how the players are disconnected at the moment.
Maybe just trying to regather some of this space, take back control, jostle it from the hands of Mates, who right now looked unstoppable until Ever arrived, puts it into a 2 versus 1, and one which Mimi will give a damn good go, but Marty is just too aware of the situation.
To anchor down the A site, they'll find out very quickly, so it looks like the utility has been placed for an execute.
Yoru ult committed to just defumigate this pit. Mimi spotted in the middle of it, but Gwen's not bridging that gap. In fact, it's through short that the rest of the team executes, and Marty absolutely decimates it. It's only Amy there. She was left out on an island, and with that, G2 have a platform for this retake with the pit, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Mimi could potentially use this as a platform to launch the retake would be absolutely massive, but it all depends on how the team works together.
Yeah, and what kind of timing Wens wants to actually take back through long, because Mimi should be expecting that kind of reaction soon. And just as soon as the re-engage comes through from G2, there's a Hunter's Fury popped, and Toka's managed to take one at the very least. Mimi goes down, and it's only Vanya remaining, trying to save the op if she can. But Gentlemates are here and circling in for the kill. Shouldn't be able to walk away from this one, and she won't.
G2 just clear it with the drone, and no, this is a fake.
Feels almost too good to be true, right? Mimi pressed up into the corner, and from the cutout, able to find Wens, looking to line up the next couple targets. Marty the only casualty, and she's already bridged the gap towards the C site. Spike still hesitant to commit here as Barry X is working the opposite extremity.
Yeah, and look at it.
It's just a full pivot.
Yeah, straight into it, trying to play in Barry X, into the engagement. Eva wins out, but the spike is down. And look at the retake tools that we can currently see on G2. A lockdown, a Hunter's Fury, but the problem is Marty is on the flank. Does anyone consider this? This could be the round-winning opportunities. Nami goes from heaven, and Marty from spawn. Gentlemates could have just wasted G2's ultimates with those kills. Amy onto the spike. With time to try and defuse, obviously Nami is locked down. She can't get anything to stop it. Finally swings out. Nami wins against Amy.
Start to set their sights towards the C site again. Marty with the mask back on and just clearing out the path for the rest. Amy looking for a straggler at the back of the pack, and it's Toka that falls with the spike in hand.
Yeah, it's the most important one. It's bot time for the rotation for G2 Gozen.
Interesting ball here from Mimi as well, actually, to just play the rest of the team back in. Still had it available. spams away, but this gives a window for Berry in the smoke early. Quick smash and grab. And while Amy is chasing shadows, Berry is leading the line and holding the torch for the rest of mates to follow.
So we head back into the last round of the half.
And a complete change-up from Gentlemates as well. Fast C play coming in. Vanya, the one in this situation, caught. And with a brilliant combination and a huge dart lighting everything up. It's all too easy for Berry. Mimi is going to walk away with one at the very least. Nami on the rotation loses control of the spike, and all of a sudden, it just falls apart.
It does, and you can see the two remaining G2 Gozen players trying to get into position. Ava catches Wens off guard, so with the spike in G2's control, to look the correct way, the turret isn't going to tell you. But Toka walks out into the open, and Ava with a triple kill. But as we know, Akita will always look to pop up. And that smoke just stopping a little bit of delay as G2 begin to take the B site. Spike still not down, but plenty of players starting to circle this B site for Gentlemates.
Oh, the range just isn't there for Berry on the shorty, unfortunately. So G2 now have an arm from which to play from. Wen's flanking in, as is Marty. Now the question is Amy expecting this? Vanya's definitely looking out for a walk from grass, but yeah, finally the turret does get notification, so Gentlemates split up here in their retake.
Continuing to fights on all fronts. That's a beautiful shot from Nami, but unfortunately with Marty gone, it is all up to Nami, a player who is played up against G2 many a times, and this pistol round, it feels impossible to try and get the better of the Gozen girls. You're expecting for this to be a great start, the best start that G2 could have hoped for in this pistol round, and that's exactly the case.
Gentlemates were focused on a lobby. Vanya has been spotted, as you say, and yeah, Nami is going to punish her. Great little bit of coordination there to root out the lurk, and with it, G2 now starting to scale towards this A site.
That they are, trying to spam through smoke. Wins already, doing so well. G2 are falling to the wayside. It looked as if Gentlemates barely broke a sweat. Very slow from G2. This is what we were expecting from the double controller. I just swing out from Marty, and no punishment at all. She has been brilliant since map start, and so is Berry X. Gentlemates are completely dismantling G2 so far on Haven, and it's left all up to Akita, who's been caught out and found. Double digits to the French orc.
As G2 show signs of life, but there's an op in play now.
They're very quick to try and deny the opportunity of it. As Nami's gone off the board, no more smokes, and Berry X in a similar position will not be allowed the same opportunities. G2 Gozen will not make the same mistake twice as they charge onto the A site.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Just looking at it there. Gentlemates, bit of a disconnect, not quite landing the shots from them. Do they want to double down? Looks like they're going for the same duel again.
They're already identified through the drone, and Big Hunter's fury to commit here, doesn't quite get the second tag, but the tee up for Akita is brilliant. But it's only about Nami, all on Nami, sorry, from up on high. Not identified. The players finally see it, will rid her of her ability to even get into this round.
12 rounds to 8, and then it was G2 that actually closed that gap quite a bit before the end.
Yeah, but can they close it even further? Seems as if Gentlemates want to close the gap on A, which they have done time and time again, but not clearing this corner feels absolutely criminal. As Gentlemates once again come away with 2 kills from the A lobby fight. It gets even worse. It's doubled. 4 kills in total.
In the server, Mimi does get a nice first shot, so she's going to need 3 more of these, and it's just not going to happen. Mimi on the solo walk down sewers, but as you can see, Gentlemates playing for retake in that area of the map. Berry does get caught here though. An important trade to be making at this stage in the round.
Well, the Euro now known about, and if G2 don't break out of these Cypher traps, then I was going to say it could be an issue because that's exactly what Gentlemates want them to play. So the site taken, but bodies here are ready to fight for Gentlemates.
Yeah, it's this ult combo which they were waiting for with the retake protocol. G2 on the chopping block, Gentlemates closing in, Spike not even planted, but the rest of G2 buried in the ground instead. Gentlemates taking Haven in back-to-back fashion as they did to start the upper final. They go 1-0 here tonight.
Yeah, they do. Gentlemates kicking this best of 5 off brilliantly, and I have to say, it was always about pace for the most part for Gentlemates.
False sense of security perhaps here, maybe for G2 though. Gentlemates aware of the fact a player could move through middle. You look at Nami's position on B as well. She's also catered to a potential backstab. Marty in the perfect position, but it's Wens instead that strikes with a double. Akita, her position finally revealed deep in the bowels of Spawn, but it's still a 2 versus 1 in front of her.
Yeah, but she's already seemed to escape both players, although going for the fight, Wens is low.
And Berriex pops up at the perfect timing.
On attack.
Yeah, I mean, just the way there in the previous round that they decided to give up mid-control, also knowing that ramps had been conceded early. Really give Akita the best position from which to play, and again, as she drops at the front of the line here, it's only going to make the cleanup a little easier. Brilliant flash through to set up Marty on the TP play. Couple of bodies dropped here, so Gentlemates will want to make sure that Eva walks away empty-handed. Might be a difficult task to ask for with that judge at close range. Akita heading this charge once again, but this time through middle as Wens has managed to drop away to the support network of the rest of her team. Brilliant use of the molly, but only going to find one from it actually. And Marty, on the re-swing with 2 huge kills to just shift that pendulum back, and well, she's on for another and will find it.
Just shows you, like, in such a massive boon to the Gentlemates defense. Big information from Nami. This is just going to be another quick pop.
Yeah, Akita again at the front, but drops, and behind it, it's Berry at the triple.
Well to stop the line of sight towards that part of the map, but as it drops, Marty will get the kill that seems to always come her way, and a quick showstopper will at least keep the advantage in Gentlemates' favour after there was a quick trade on the A side of the map.
Wens just marshalling the situation with her wall right now, needs the smoker support from Nami, but drops off.
Ooh, and another trade coming through, but Nami's swing just as good. Does double up. And that's going to be the difference maker. No trade back. And Vanya, with full HP and just a half shield, will have the opportunity to try and plant the spike.
Nami's already spotted her though, and she has to go elsewhere.
Yeah, and, well, unfortunately, the spray down does end up with Gentlemates.
Hasn't looked on the ball so far in this grand final. But a player who has, Berriex, already tucked in the corner here with the jump spot from Nami. She goes overlooked, it could be a serious issue. Wants to try and satchel out, but G2 read the situation acutely. And Akita is off the mark, flying into the site now. Drops over the top, and Nami has no ground left to stand on. For the first time in this half, G2 look to have got the better of Mates.
It definitely looks as if that's to be the case. Just whether they can hold on to the site now as you look at the last 3 remaining. Not the best utility to try and get back into site. And well, with Toka gone, it gets even worse.
Yeah, Marty trying to snub out this lurk potentially. Plenty of economy to bankroll another operator here, but not going to be able to save this one in the next round unless Wens can go ahead and pick it back up. Amy discreetly repositioning and finding 3 kills on the round.
Spike down, clean, 5 versus 5.
Yeah, 2 ults committed to this execution as well. Nami's gonna have to from the shadows to clear out space, but all focus on what G2 can do with their own utility.
Well, it is. It's all about how you play off one another, but right now, this site looking pretty... not well stocked at all. It's looking pretty weak in general. G2 playing mostly off-site. The shot's not hitting, and Gentlemates are straight back in. Vanya from the corner can't defend her position, so we look to the remaining players of G2. A quick flank and to heaven. Nobody on the spike to deny the spam not working out. There's a panic. G2 Gozen need to get into position, but they can't. Gentlemate's just held the button 4 and defused. Yeah, and Mimi does have a big execute ultimate, or even one that could
but she's in
perhaps
middle,
have been used
Cairo.
in
She's in
post.
middle.
Mate, that could have been such a huge card for G2, but instead we look at Berry in the corner, uncleared, and the rifle coming out into play with Nami to help. Gentlemates are certainly on their track to history, on the road, well on their way.
Some of those maps, this is really, really strange to see.
Well, those cards that we spoke about last time, those ultimates that were perhaps able to be used, are gone. They're used in this round now as we expend ourselves into a 4 versus 4. And the spike's still to go down, but you look at G2, they're going for a pretty safe plan.
Yeah, not too much space from which to play. It's through ramp, really, that this round lives and dies for G2. Eva and Amy again in this position. How much value can they possibly generate?
Should be, has to be a lot as they play passively, waiting for Gentlemates to begin the retake, but you can already see Amy's been identified, but it's Eva instead with 2 big kills. G2 goes and look to finally win a round in which has been and feels like so long. Nami with a chance to snap onto a second, but nobody's seen anybody. You can see right now, Gentlemate's already beginning to work elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, almost a full re-clear of A here from G2, and they do get rewarded for it. Mimi finds Marty, but as you say, Gentlemate's gathering up in the tower and ready to drop now and descend onto the B site where G2 fall one by one. Amy the last left, and she's already gone. Mimi searching for something in the darkness, but it does not end. The clouds continue to gather over the heads of Gozen, and Berry to bury the last.
Out of main, G2 now forced to either come out of heaven or CT.
Yeah, and with Wens, this late win condition through main as well. No smokes for G2 right now, except for on the site. They're just diving straight into trouble. Gentlemates lining up and just drop the guillotine straight on G2's head. Again, the Queens fall to their challengers. Exploiting this as a weakness for G2, where the focus has really been on main control for the defenders at this point in time. Mimi catching wind of what's going on, but it may be too little too late. Supported by a flash of Marty's, in fact. That was it. Vanya's out in main on a solo mission, and while the Bucky is going to be rewarded for its positioning, it was just the one. A second picked up by Amy gives this life.
Does. It's the post plant though. We've seen Gentlemates thrive time and time again. And here we go. Berry X taking a timing, and that's Showstopper online. This could be it.
Yeah, the rocket gets dodged by Akita, but she's on borrowed time here as well. Toka to put the final nail in the coffin on Split, and from losing this one twice, back-to-back against G2, both 13-8 and 13-11, Gentlemates flipped the script on its head in the grand final with a 13-4.
Yeah, players lined up outside of B. Most importantly, it's the 2 duelists for G2, Akita and Mimi, as they look to try and challenge this long space. There's many for Gentlemates as they look to try and send it their way. Mimi's still hanging around though, looking to try and get an angle. Continue to brawl their way through, finally dips out, but leaves Akita to try and get played in. Doesn't work out, and Berry Shorty gets the kill.
I was not expecting Berry to find that one, but Amy has found a couple to bring G2 back from the brink here, Cairo.
That she has, but won't be able to get any more. Mimi drops in. That Sheriff Donkey finally comes through. 2 big headshots, perhaps ones which will win out. Nami nowhere near this part of the map, but we're able to at least trade out on Mimi. Brings it to a 2v1.
Yeah, caught sleeping for just a moment. Nami only with 1 star to play with here. Vanya puts the smoke up in full, and she will recall you expect to bridge that gap.
As she will. That star will bloom into a smoke in a moment. We're just waiting for the utility to come back, and that's exactly where Nami goes, but G2 immediately take the space away. Walking into Nami's ghost. Oh, the shots! A little bit worrying but at least Gozen escaped through.
Gentlemates here as well, so they are cautious of the fact there could be trap wires. Only one towards the back of the hallway, and Mini does find two before the execution comes in. Toka finally reversing the result, but Marty's extra isn't enough. It's absolute chaos on site. Toka would need a quad here to bring it home. Into this round, getting ready for the execute. It's called off, or in fact, sorry, they've got to go straight for it because Mimi has popped her ult.
Yeah, well, they have. Gentlemates are really flinging the ultimates into the mix in general. I mean, the fact that there's been no value come through from the Hunter's Fury is going to be an issue, but the Cosmic Divide providing a lot of safety for this attack. It's about where the defence go next, as they're already in towards the back lines. Do they consider Marty? And does Nami get the opportunity to capitalise? No! A quick trade and Marty comes through. Gentlemates, absolutely brilliant so far through the post. It's up to Vanya and Mimi to try and clutch up now. That opportunity has gone. The cam very deep and won't get the information until maybe it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, not until a player could have been holding the same angle out on the site. You look at the position from Mimi here, has the TP ready to go, but that'll send her over A-wards. Has to stick it right now and commit to this position. With Amy dropping in the back lines, Akita does manage to just flood out a little bit here into the middle of site. Toka is going to drop, but the wraparound is already coming through, and Marty nails the shot to the head of Akita. Ult active for Barry and knows that it's a target-rich environment in front of her, trying to set this back up with a flash as Mimi, but G2 have been stopped in their tracks.
30 seconds
But that
left.
kill could give a little bit of respite. The spike's still tapped, and look at this. G2 still want to fight.
Safe plant in the end from Mates. G2 want to catch the timing off the back of this. Barry goes down as her hands are busy, but Wenz is there for the trade. 2 versus 1 situation. Vanya has util from which to work, but it's Wenz that will stop that one where it stands. Be a full purchase for G2. They've won only one of these rounds so far. Kita trying to make something happen, but already shown the door.
Very quickly. Yeah, look at this. Cosmic Divide up, and we've seen this before, Hazard, but it's a different wall actually being used.
Yeah, it is. It's a wall which actually allows Berry and Marty to get so deep through flowers. Mimi doesn't know what's hit her. Absolutely no heads up on the situation, and they double dip. Oh my god, Berry and Nami combining. Same duelist, different partner. Leaving only Amy behind, and already Wen's closing in. Can't finish it off, but you expect the next to do it. And it's Marty that throws her hat in the ring this time.
To be the recipe for success, an 8-1 record in the group stage. Gentlemates, just as good though, and there's plenty of bodies being seen there. The trap activated, but Gentlemates, just as good to it. Well, there's a couple of trades back, but they even go one better with the spike in their back pocket.
Yeah, 2 players still in mid here for Mates, so upgrades to be had on the G2 side. That cannot be contested. Eva has taken a bit of damage.
A little bit of damage, but more damage dealt out wins. Brings it to a 1 versus 1 and can collect Spike.
Yeah, too far away from a neural theft to get the heads up here versus Amy. She has her ult online, but all of the bodies scattered in A main as it stands.
I have retrieved the spike.
Spike at her disposal, but still seems A-bound, and Amy here ready to receive. The classic would be enough.
And it would. That's exactly what she's going to opt for. Better at long range, and Wen's waits. Maybe have seen, but doesn't anticipate. A thrifty round for G2.
Already in position 2. She's been a highlight so far. How many more can she find on site defense?
We're hoping for more. Well, at least gets one, but the trade is quick, and Amy now under fire, trying to hold on to the back of site. There is bodies here to help, and that would be Eva. Most importantly, a great grab to grab another kill for Amy. Looking to try and play off of the timing, gets one more. So right now, you thought for a minute G2 were back in, but it's just Eva at the back of sight, found out by Wenz.
It's the deep insert. She's already in A main, and Barry has spotted her.
Yeah. It seems as if G2 are like moths to a flame every single time pressure is created, but this is the perfect post-up execute that Gentlemates would have wanted, but not if Akita and Mimi can combine like that. They've started their execute, started the pressure, and look, the spike is heading elsewhere. G2 would be right to gamble on this going elsewhere, and that's why we're starting to see bodies head in that direction. That's why we're starting to see Gentlemates try and create another position of pressure, and one which opens up the site. Time is getting
Nami's
low.
got to come back this way, right? They were encroaching on B, but if Amy can find the kill to cut her off here, that might just win the round.
It could do, but Berry X is already on the keys and looking to hold down the site. Akita's shot's good, but can't deny the spike. That's the biggest point. That's the biggest point of call. As Akita comes in with their own, tries to get the reload off, but Vanya's there to protect. 2 versus 1, and a cosmic divide makes this even harder as Wens comes through. Akita is there. We're within 2, head into that second half. So far, in game changers, G2 tried to bring something new. The double duelist actually copied what Gentlemates want to do, but can their attack be as potent, if not more so, if they want to win out this peril? As Gentlemates look to respect the force that G2 are putting towards the A side of the map.
Yeah, it's a stun traded for a TP as Marty gets out there, so less tools for this execution here on the G2 behalf. Another player caught inside a trap, and so Nami just makes heads roll. 3 from her, and there isn't a bullet left in the gun for Amy. Play towards A. Akita will be trying to sell this fake with all of that util.
But it is only her, with only Neon utility held and steps probably running away. You can start to see now there's plenty of bodies here for Gentlemates. The player's trying to get out, and I mean, easily caught out. The grab well so important, and Berry X even more so. What is going on? Right now, the spray a little bit wild, but Wen's even better to it. Gentlemates will find double digits at great cost. But for the most part, Gentlemates control A main. And I don't even think Marty's going to get seen here.
I think the barrel did get spotted in the end. It's a contact piece which they had set up. Marty, aware of Ever already from the drone, circles in and finds the kill. Mates with plenty of bodies towards the B site, but yet to win any of those duels. Fully blinded, Akita a little hesitant to take that fight into the hallway, but does end up winning it. It's Berry the Bastion on site though, stunned to set her up for a second. Just the one, and no shocks on Toka, so no follow-up kill.
Oh, great shots from Vanya. And Marty now has to try and come back in on 36 HP.
Just doesn't feel winnable at all. G2 have put their best foot forward in a round which meant so much for both of these teams. Whoever comes out on the losing end with way worse finances than when they started, just cutting through mates like their paper here with this purchase. Marty has the rifle, and you give it a roll of the dice, but you can already see Ever on the back line ready to close the net.
Yeah, very true. I mean, Marty's rifle, yeah, I think this is going to be all but G2 right now. That's what we're expecting with a couple of kills from Mimi. And right now, this is confidence frags, eco frags that G2 really need to the A side. And Marty even going to use the dimensional drift to clear out this side of the map. So now we look at Berry X, positioned deep in main.
Ooh, actually Marty does manage to spot Akita, but that's literally it. So this has made the A defense a whole lot thinner. It's only Nami here. First few bullets just whistle past the G2 players, nothing taken from it. Akita wins the fight in transition on Wens, and it's all falling apart for Mates on this round. G2 look to be moving the needle here again, and to his Toka stunned, Akita has the next.
Mimi will probably play due diligence to clear out Heaven, and does get confirmation.
Big target on her back now, but I think Marty should be in a decent position to outlast this. Nice shot from Vanya. Already so wide on the angle, the pole wasn't prepared for it. Want to backtrack on this a little bit.
Seems as if it is all steam ahead towards the A side at least. There is obviously the kill trip that's been set up, but G2 playing around with the timings and the pacings of the execute, finally begin to bring out the audibles, finally the trap goes, and Gentlemates fully respect this.
Yeah, it looked like they were just waiting for Mimi to get here, so they had the flash to send it through, but there is the Hunter's Fury. Berry getting out, but caught with at least one tag. Eva finds Wenz as collateral in the meantime, and it makes for a 4 versus 4. Gentlemates still changing of the guard here as they can get the bodies over to help support this retake attempt. Nikita already highlighted up close, and Mimi has a corner to check as the recon flies in over her head. Gentlemates are here, arriving on the scene, and as Nami just battles back through, the bullets bounce from her chest.
Next.
Yeah, Marty is walking up here, towing the line with the operator. Has to TP out. Berry still floating around here in the proximity. Doesn't want to overextend. Discipline shown. Deeply last year of changes. Playing well above those years against an experienced G2 side, which have to hold on here and do so. Akita and Mimi lining the double duelist again, but has managed to let mates in the back lines here. And through always, they light it up red. Wenz finding yet another kill, makes it a 2-on-2 situation. Both players highlighted towards long. No cage, no smoke, no way to cover the spike here. It's got to be an out-and-out brawl. Amy on low HP, a very wide peek from Wenz. Puts Mimi in a clutch situation of which she is so capable. Full HP, 150 points to her name.
This dimensional drift does open things up and gain information for Gentlemates, one which Nami capitalizes off the back of. A big pick.
It's a huge one to start things off. And G2 starting to realize the gravity of the situation, have a decision to make. Spike heading towards A, but Mimi left behind to try and fake out B solo. The call from the captain to create a bit of a distraction here, and mates are still a little indecisive about where they want to end up.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, and it seems as if with just committing Berry X on the A side, this could be a massive loss here in the Neon, trying to rotate in. The Cosmic Divide of their own being committed. Mimi trying to be awkward, but it's Toka with a spam that catches Mimi off guard. So 2 players to the good are the defense.
5 versus 3 retake, best opportunity mates will have in this one. And there is little left on the G2 side to stop this from being set in motion.
Players coming straight back through, you can hear the footsteps, and the crossfire has been established, but the smoke actually stops it. Gentlemates look for a flawless round to respond. They'll get it, and Hazza, we're going to overtime.
Continues to persist. Rotation called by Akita, and the furthest player forward here for G2 is Vanya. But Eva the one looking likely to take first contact. Or so you'd think. She just peels away from Connector, and Gentlemates are getting closer and closer to the site here, and G2 have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is just allowing the information for Gentlemates to just start this execute. Vanya goes searching and unfortunately has found Nami. So at this moment in time, the attack have an advantage and a spike down.
Oh, Wenz is getting the timing here in mid as well, so Mimi drops and that's it. Another 5 versus 3, this time to take the lead and take series point.
Berry trying to dance around the side, stop G2 knowing exactly her position. Cleared out by Akita, but the spike diffuser has been denied. Toka and Marty will get the round for Gentlemates. This can be. You put the right people in charge. G2 goes searching into the lines of Gentlemates, and that's been easily denied. Akita found out as well. Information starting to flood into the Gentlemates comms, and they're responding in kind. Spike's still not here though, Hazza.
Yeah, and for G2 this round, just you can feel it slipping away, that first pick, and now Gentlemates ready. The roll call of the roster arriving at the site, ready for a retake of which have been so successful so far for them.
Looks as if it can continue to be as Gentlemates do come straight back in, keeping that advantage working for them. Spike lost and Ava to clutch up a 1 versus 5. Gets the first couple, a good attempt, but how many bullets are left in the chamber? Just 13, and that's not enough. The last few years might have been G2's, but 2026 looks to be Gentlemates as they win this first split of 2026.
And so the new roster has replicated another success story for Mates. From SBG to VCT, now it's from...
It is time, my friends. Carmen Corp versus Enterprise elimination matches. Tier 2 versus Tier 1. But my friends, we got Magno here on Enterprise. Used to play with Martin back when he was on KC as well. Very good player. Did incredible well on BPL last year. Don't understand why he's not on VCT. But hopefully he has a good team here. Enterprise is known for having good teams in Tier 2. Like every time I see these guys play, they always impress me. But this roster here is the first time I watch. Proxy also saw on Gentlemates, I think. Swag Lime in Glory. First time I watch.
Taking their sweet time and putting that spike down.
Are we already going to see the half swap? First pistol round, and we might already see KC switch over to the defense and Enterprise onto the attack here because it's one player on the backside. Magnum doesn't get cleared. Heaven was given all of the attention, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. 3 people swing, and look at Heaven. No one looked at the defender side spawn. Magnum gets one for free and is now a thorn.
Word is unfair.
On this B site here, you cannot plant essentially for free, at least not without the concern of Magnum's presence, but DOS9 not going to care about that as much. The honk goes down.
That really him?
Take about to begin.
The first ever play signing Valorant?
Great spot. That is a mean shot and a half. And now they force that in the open. Illuri and Swagzor chopping down the wings of KC.
Magno.
And even
2 bullets, 2 kills, my friend. That's Magno.
Too long.
Better because you don't give your opposition to suddenly get a cheeky 1-tap on you, get a refrag that can change.
Man,
the
yesterday they were talking about, bro, what is the problem with KC like?
Yeah, and
they have good players, man. They have great coaches. Like,
I've met him. It's the first time that he played in a VCT.
Hank was like,
which is ironic.
that guy, that coach, you know,
like, played under the Occupy banner.
what is missing with this team, bro?
Pretty good, but KC are also looking better. That's the dangerous scale here. As they get into the side, they can easily number the slide on the side, but Magnum.
Oh my.
Doing pretty well to start. Only.
Oh my god.
Found one more. Now it's the 1-on-2. Swagzor with the Outlaw should have the pick of the bunch in terms of getting the one-shot kills, but even with a low HP on DOS, they've got the Spectres, they got the angles, the paint shells can be perfect here to route them out of elbow. But how much does Swagzor know, and where does he invest the paint shells?
There's your answer.
Gotta click, son.
For the reposition.
Gotta click, son.
He's giving away everything. The spike tap not going to be a bit late. The molly is... I love that again. Swagzor's coming after them. He's chasing after you. And 1 bullet. You cannot...
Big round for KC.
Sorry. Tried to play for the bait. He's like, maybe I can get an angle on them. But that's how thorough those VCT teams are. Don't really give you an angle to play for the game. And right now, Alves is the one that's holding that line of sight. But maybe Enterprise can change back the equation, paying back the favor to the other side. Levin, thankfully, though, doing some magic with that Outlaw to trade 2 back. But Swagzor still got the rifle at the end of that.
Definitely just a good upgrade at the very least for him.
Goodness.
I mean, I hope that initial shot onto I believe it was Shados on Tube and the pistol round, I hope that wasn't just a one-off, because mechanics like that are definitely few and far between if you can make that consistently. So we'll have to see, though. But KC just deciding to knock this back again. They need to play this patient. 45 seconds on the board, and
my friends, I want to ask you guys something. Bro, my FPS in Valorant is way lower than
even when you're
supposed to
playing
be.
equal,
Like, what
it's
can I do,
always
guys?
difficult for the defense just to cover all of these angles. There's a reason it's a 5v5 by
Oh
default.
my goodness, Lavan.
Make it a 3v2 now. A beautiful headshot. Swagzor getting cut off entirely, and here is the smoke, here is the execute. It is being held. The timing is great! As Shadow swings into Swagzor, and Levin caught with the blindside. Oh, he is the one blindsided.
That one, they got Dimensional Drift 11, who is going to take that one for the initial hit. That forces the paint shells. You can see 2 on B, but they're not aware of the player on Hookah, which could be the biggest contention here.
Oh, if the Bucky's gonna be
Man,
doing
he's
work like
strong.
that. Okay, though.
Oh, just
Okay.
what?
The Bucky
Just
does the
like that, my
tedious
friends,
bit of work
KC.
imaginable.
Low money.
But the Outlaw here could have some real significant value, even more so the information that there are two in showers and including the spike. So KC try to speed up the play. Lime now is isolated, and
tag.
as long as he doesn't find a kill, this is
Oh
so
my
good
God,
for
Lime.
KC, but that's not only the kill, that is the spike brought down. And with 45 seconds on the timer, they've lost the
And
A
that was one
side
right from the
again.
showstopper.
They're coming through from
Yeah, Magnum, no.
And oh,
That was a
how
play
that
along.
invisible dagger can come and stab them
A
in the
vez,
back.
por risco, dude.
This is, that's honestly, I don't think you can play
30
Lime
seconds left.
better
Yeah.
there, the dimensional, just to
Right.
distract from all the
Magnum's
time in the
actually
world.
going for the big
Nightfall
play.
now being used to
My
do the
goodness,
exact
this is gonna
same
buy
thing
time for
just
him
to
to
kill
play.
all this time.
Magnum!
20 seconds left. Magnum still just
Oh,
catching
wait.
up behind you.
Timing.
The
Oh,
showstopper
the spike.
coming through, but I think it might be Magnum who is the
Oh,
showstopper.
the round is
Your
over,
strike
bro.
gonna get used. Yeah.
Oh
a
my
little
God,
bit
the
there
ulti wasn't
of
even needed,
an
boys.
overcommit, shall we say.
No
Magnum
money for
had the
KC,
frag, but
not
hey,
even the money
if you're gonna
plant.
guarantee the round, do it.
And they are weak again, guys.
100% of the
Jesus
time.
Christ.
So
Talked a little bit about how
Okay, actually,
he wasn't
KC has
his
a
best
decent buy.
self in his initial game with
Not the end of the road
Now
for
they're
them.
a lot
You gotta win this round here.
Again.
Got second on
In
the board and
line of
avoid the
sight,
7-1 at
lost the
all
one,
costs.
But they're not aware of the player on the left side, which leaves Swagzor that could
Oh,
have found some
himself
real
too.
value. Now they know where the sniper
Was
is
nice.
at 2.
Guys, this
Lime
help is
able
on
to
my...
escape and maybe even find the
Mike, should I
kill
buy
once
it?
Getsu. Oh, he does that
Problem
thing
is-
so well. Another
I'm not in
opener
position to
on
spend
the
money right
flank,
now,
and
but you know, this
now
up
it's
is legendary,
only
no? Like, Fins
Corsair
out.
to try to hold down the line of sight, and he finds the pink on a second. This could have been so dangerous, and it still is. They got showers back for that space.
Oh, the noise of the teleport there, the timing
Just
from
9.
Swagzor, the mechanics from Dose 9, a little bit better. Sugetsu, the man, the myth, the patience incarnate, waiting in
And
teleport.
you gotta stay with the AWP.
Manages to
Finally
use
a run for
counterpart
KC.
mag. They are, but 20 seconds, this basically means if you happen to lose the spike carrier, that could be the heartbreak, and we can see the satchels getting ready. The mollies are down. Garden is
Wait.
not going to be
You
an
missed
entry
one satchel
point, and
already.
you might
10
actually
seconds
just run
on the
out of time.
clock.
5 players
What
are
is
on
this?
the side of both teams here. Aves and his own team's vulnerable. It's a complete bloodbath here. Shados just has to stay.
The masterclass?
And KC doing the best.
Is that disaster class?
He let go
It
of
is a
the ball.
disaster class?
He couldn't hold
What
it
the hell are
down
they
because of that,
doing?
despite
Changari's!
a 4-1
Changari!
numbers advantage. Enterprise are the ones to steal the round from under KC's noses.
I don't understand what I'm saying, bro.
And they'll need to recover 3 strong onto showers.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Christmas!
But that was such a perfect flash.
Oh,
Trades are
11.
solid from the Turk, though. But still a lot of work to be done. This round win is a necessity for them to remain competitive. And they get the information on backside. They even get the information on Lime. And he's holding behind the wall. The shorty from Leffen is great
Oh, he's
for a
shiny.
hat-trick.
I using this Vandal right now.
This Vandal is lighting
So
up
good,
like
guys,
it's a
so good.
Christmas tree.
Spike planted.
It is not a time for celebrations just yet for KC.
No? It was Christmas.
Heavy Enterprise is second A short.
Oh
Yeah,
my,
this is
oh my,
I
this pan.
like the use of the Vipers bit
Guys,
as well
guys,
from
what's
Magnum.
that?
They're actually pushing this. They
Yeah,
want to get
crazy.
this under
love
control.
it.
The
Wait,
disrespect
what?
from Carmine Core, but the timing could be everything.
Oh my God, I like that, boys. I like that.
2 kills stolen.
Bro, you don't see
away.
that.
Neither
So one thing is,
ultimate,
stop that.
though.
That's a good
Still
play.
Shados's potential with that Nightfall there, especially
But
not
I
Magnum
always
with
said it,
ball.
guys.
You
Ah,
don't
Mundi,
have to
you
worry
didn't say. I
about the
said it
Vipers
multiple
bit
times,
anymore.
million times already.
Orbital
The
strike,
gap between
still
tier 2
unlikely
and tier
for
1
Proxy,
is an
so
illusion
not
created
looking
by the
easy for
system.
Carmine Core by
This
any
is
stretch
that
of the
doesn't
imagination,
exist.
but when has anything
Yes,
been
the
easy for
top
this team?
things from tier
And
1,
when have
they're
they
way
ever
better.
crumbled under that kind of
But
pressure? It's up to
overall,
Enterprise to
the
make them
gap
do
is
so.
small, guys. Very small. Mechanically speaking,
Show it up is
it's
devil.
not existent.
Aves.
Experiencing, yes, these things definitely that is some, of course.
Take him out.
Not everything, not every player, but there's
But it catches no
exist.
one. One player behind the truck, the other got support now, a lamp, so Swagzor is not alone. The Outlaw could still find a kill on that line of sight. Didn't find much, and now Swagzor comes out.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, KC, they need to win this, guys. This game here is a must-win. All due respect to Enterprise, but KC, they gotta win, bro. Okay, for KC, they need the pistol, my friends.
Line pretty young as well in his own
And bro,
right.
low-key, I'm gonna be very honest, bro. Job is on the line for Carmine Corp. Job is on the line. This team, they gotta perform. They gotta do better than what they're doing. Bro, this is a stack roster, man. Big investment.
Of that second one.
11.
11. Okay. KC certainly in for one as well. Loon with a beautiful double there. The Sheriff just absolutely in town on this A side.
Okay, clean pistol, boys.
Flank as well from Carmine Corp means that Swagzor's kill gonna be a commiseration unless Magnum with the Ghost gets a 2K.
Oh my
Gets the
God,
timing
wants
on
his
the
spot back on the
DOS9.
thing.
He should know this second player.
Yo,
He should
forget to
know
lose this, we're out.
where
I'm
Sugetsu
joking,
is.
bro. Never did
Who's breaks first in
Never.
this standoff?
Never.
Who moves?
But you know,
Sugetsu, right?
Magnum, he wants your spot, bro. He wants your spot.
He stands
But ain't Sugetsu, I'm fine. Nah.
Excellent recovery.
Oh, look at that.
From
Not
Sugetsu.
today, bro. Not this
That's the
time.
round.
But they were not the crispy clean shots that they could have been. And I mean, again, one difference between a bullet now is the difference between VCL and VCT. 11 really highlighting that with the Outlaw shuts down Magnum. And the star player.
Oh, Aves.
A
Oh, that feels
beautiful
good.
corner
KC,
alert from
man, very
Aves.
good
He
here,
doesn't
Mundi.
even
Calm
need the
down.
crossfire. Guns down all of Enterprise, picks up the orb for an additional bonus charge and drops out for
Man,
free.
good for the race to get the skills, get the showstopper
There.
very early.
Last one standing. In
Poor
the
guy
judge,
with the
he
class
is
getting destroyed by a judge
convicted.
like this.
11 right now. Playing a risky game, but with a tap like
Nah,
that,
zero
no
risk there,
wonder
man. I want to control my
this
friend.
man can feel the confidence for that dual dimensional drift used by the defense. KC will get the information on
Not
shore,
sure
but the
about that.
Swagzer clears off Sugetsu. Still might be too tall of an order. 11 just pulled their attention. 50 seconds on the timer. Short is the angle that they might go to, but they got a player deep in hookah that might entice them to still take the TP and go back. But with DOS
Oh,
taking
Prox.
that one, they even break the high-low.
That was nice.
Proxa single-handedly.
Oh my. They
Decimate the
break.
ranks
Yo,
of
they win this
KC.
round. They break KC economy, guys. Could be
slated
GG.
for double digits unless Dawson Alves got some.
Could be
miracle
11.
in them.
11-6, bro. It's so hard to come back.
I heard
MatesEsports
the
attack side
little
as well.
kind of text chat pop up. We obviously don't get to see it, but if it's a compliment, if that's a nice shot,
Where's my
very
base? The coldest man on the
deservedly
planet,
so.
Dawes
Oh,
9.
do you get the timing? He gets it for one. The gun has
I
to
asked
be
you on
swapped,
Furia, my
and
friend.
Swagzor, a
KC,
little
oh my
bit
God,
of
Dawes 9
panic.
needs to save their asses.
Top
You
9
save
takes
KC right
down
now.
two as well. The Brims with the most impact come through there. I mean, UCAM potentially spiriting on the other tier 2 teams here. Enterprise wanting to do something similar. Swagzor
the flash
though
too.
trying to do what he can with the satchels. He's gonna get stopped. He's
Okay,
gonna
that's good
get
by KC.
shot. Loon
Man, so
jumps out of the
5v3, no money
elevator,
for
the teleporter
Enterprise.
says,
They got
"What's
the
all
mouth
this?"
on line.
Gets a
They
frag
cannot
on
lose
for
this out.
himself.
Like,
Enterprise
they just can't.
watching this scoreline slowly and surely equalize.
And that's not the important
and
ultimate.
bro, I'm not gonna lie. After this game, I wanna play some Valorant. Like, real bad. I have a video to do. I'm not gonna lie. But I really wanna play.
Not even an inkling of damage
that bad?
done to Aves or Levin. Off the back of that one.
Like, I feel like I
of
got
the
to
Turkish
play.
duelist is still posted on that line of sight. Proxa gets closer, but now they can hear the drop. They know where the step is coming from. Levin finds one more, and now he spots the brimstone.
Yeah, boys, just save
So
those
it
weapons
becomes
now.
easy as the day. It's from scaling. Right here. Stopping Aves either. From thinking about taking a peek. Thankfully
Okay, so
enough,
I
the
guess we'll
boom
stop
bot
with
is
those
going to be
then.
enough of a distraction to buy some time. But Swagzer is already out. Av is gone, and Swagzer still found a
That's
pair.
clean, boys.
Even one
Well
more
done,
from Magnum
Swagzer.
on dot
Just
9.
like that, the round is over, my friends.
KC
Let's
might
do.
just have to concede
Gotta
the
save.
round. This team's like
Enterprise is the
liquid
king
to
of
their
overtime. They played 4 overtimes
Most
the last
likely
one
when the
alone,
games gets messy,
winning 3 of.
that's
No, they
when
lost
they don't
one.
actually
Bro,
get the win.
like what? They're on the king,
And
bro. They
right
lost
now,
one.
a
Like
win
they
is
won 4.
necessary.
I was
11 for
okay. They're the
Enterprise
kings.
will be
But,
held. The
oh,
orbital strike doesn't find value, but Aves is trying hard to get
That's
advanced
bad.
control. But he needs to be careful, leaving Sugetsu to the dust. Aves still finds 2, and he shuts down the entry. The paint shells separates 2 from each other, but Swagzor still stepping ahead into the embrace of Sugetsu, who's still alive at Lambs. He's the last line of defense, but now he's got some
Bro, I like
support.
the way
Him
this
and
kid
Dawes
shoots. I'm
are
not
in
gonna
no
lie.
trouble.
Look-
For what I
Bro.
can definitely, assuredly,
a
call
little bit like
prodigy.
Alpha.
Swagzor have taken KC
They-
by storm.
They
and
shoot
it's
you
11
like they're
keep
trying
the
to
dream
bury your
alive.
body, bro, under the ground. You know, like it's different,
I
bro.
love with a
It's like
three-person
they
advantage,
should
you still
take
go
in
for the
their eyes.
TP. I love the fact that the molly is still set up.
It's
And
different,
this
bro. I
is,
don't know. I don't know
in
how
my
to
opinion,
explain,
right,
but
an
it's
aspect of
different.
Valorant that should never be overlooked. oh, why are you using the molly? Why are you TPing? Like it's a 1
Alpha
versus 3,
shots is like
no,
destroying
because
the enemy.
just going for the obvious play,
a
right?
part of
Just
nature.
making it easier for Levin to maybe isolate the eyes to see at all, right? Whenever the clash got announced, some people were a bit like, you know, what was this going to do? But to get to see the highlight, the talents of all of these players, to get to see the executes, to get to see potentially another timeout as Enterprise struggle to get themselves onto this A site without sacrificing their lives. Illuri been the bottom of the scoreboard for a lot of this, but managing to hold their ground, get the plant down, not making that same mistake before.
So much damage done to KC. Alves on 20 points of health. Levin on
Guys,
44.
KC,
Still
I
got a
don't
lot
know
of
how, but you
utility.
gotta win this
They're
round, boys.
relying
2
on
players
Doss
are so
one
low.
around here, and I love that judgment call from EP. They don't have the most of the youth.
I like a song called Judgment Call.
They can
Oh, I
definitely
think it's a
take
Judgment
and
Call,
go
yeah.
forward. Aves is trying to expand his line.
Judgment
on
died,
triple
Judgment died.
Slaxor, but he
Oh my
fails
god, just
him,
like that.
Levin and Doss
KC win the round in
clear
the easy
house.
way,
That is
bro. I
concise
thought they're
from
doom
KC.
here.
Exactly.
Look at the scoreline, 11 and 10. These teams are not having a roll. These teams are fighting scrappy. Back and forth, the tug of war has been incredibly intense. So the fact that Enterprise are just going in off of this, it's either confidence or it's arrogance.
Well, sometimes
That's a good
confidence
question.
is
that-
arrogance. It's always about the
line, no?
the amount of a thing, really. Right now, the amount of trust that I have in Sugetsu is infinite, but Levin goes down early. Sugetsu still stealing his second player, but he's walking right into the flames of his own teammate! Shados saving the day! Dustline rectifying
Jordan!
his
Talk
errors.
about my
And he
boy,
is
the
gonna
coldest
save
man
KC.
alive.
That one got
The
messy.
beast from
But the blue
Kazakhstan.
wall- First half, sure, the defense is a lot better. But now we're relying on individuals. They're baiting for Levin, who can sneak away a shot. Still got the gate crash. And he will do just
Okay.
that.
Insta TP, I like that.
Is that a bit of sloppiness from
I just feel like
Enterprise?
also when tier 1 plays against tier
I really
2,
feel like it's getting to that point.
they gotta feel the pressure
really
more, you
feel
know,
like that
because like
was a
the
bit
tier
of a,
things
you
from
know,
tier
you've
2, the
known how
players,
much
they have
Levin's
nothing to
been
lose.
happy
We
with
can
his
expect
operator
to lose,
kind
to
of
be honest.
placements. You
Like
know how
they're fighting
aggressive
to,
he has
actually,
been,
they're fighting to get
especially
on
off the back
top.
of the Prowler to give that
If they win,
angle
it's
away.
great. But if they lose,
Okay. You do
okay.
lose.
You
You
know,
do
all
lose
happens.
one, but this TP play from Aves
But
immediately
there are
countered.
other things
Magnum
from tier
finally
1 to
actually
lose
able
for
to
tier
walk out of
2.
that teleporter
It doesn't look
Every
nice.
time he's tried, Sugetsu's usually been there to kind of pat him on the back. Well, stab him in the back.
Oh.
This time a bit different.
but I want to see more
Rotating off.
tournaments
They're
like
leaving
this,
the ace
bro.
completely clean.
Because
Enterprise have just
being
made the
able to see
perfect
this kind of
call.
game,
But now, here comes the dimensional drift.
it's so good
Information
for the
needed
scene
by
overall,
KC,
you know, like for
rotated
the
back
ecosystem in general.
into that ace site information.
And for these players from
not
tier 2 to
taken
also
by
be
the
picked
Yoru.
for
Now they can
for
go
tier
back
1.
towards B. Oh, this is a standing ovation moment from Enterprise. This is top tier.
This-
in terms of awareness,
Like Flamengo.
in terms of
Actually, no,
understanding
Flamengo's
the game,
shit right
and
now.
they
Oh
got
my
a
god.
pit,
You're
which
actually the
will
worst
make this round
football club in the
also
world at the
scary
moment.
when you even add the Nightfall on top.
Oh, this is... And I've always kind of talked about, right, the operator. Damn good gun. But how the hell do you use it in
No
this
worse
type
than
of
Basic,
scenario,
though.
right? How
These
the
guys suck.
hell do you really expect to swing into a Viper's Pit with it? You can't even really upgrade. You can maybe get Dose 9 there to kind of juggle the judge to you. The Nightfall, just another aspect, another time killer here. Dose 9 going for the molly, trying to clear out the backside. Again, Levin just really stuck, not able to do much. The shotguns
Magnum.
come out to play. He might be able to get himself a proper gun. Does he have the time here? He doesn't able to get himself swapped out, so it's the upshot. This has to hit, it does!
No time, no time. Bro, it was a thrifty
None at
round.
all.
Thrifty round.
And take a bow.
It is still active and lined. The way he's been shooting, he might just not care. Beautiful use of the position in there. Magnum gets away. The teleport for free. The most
Guys, they cannot wait
highest
too long to
impact
play.
ultimate.
So
Maybe
much hard
aside
found the
from
perfect
Dose
timing.
9
God shows
has
topper of
been
that, my
taken out, and
friends.
the highest impact
This could be
fragger
GG.
for Carmine Core has just been taken out.
But man, the
rotation
beast from
back towards the
Kazakhstan.
beast
He
like
has
Dust
ult.
9 and Aves
He's alive.
Now have to
Once
be the
more.
two heroes. Aves
30
before
seconds
found
on the
a
clock.
hat-trick
They
from
gotta
that
go,
line of
boys.
sight.
You guys gotta go.
He was deep in the TP. This time is in the other line of sight. The rocket's coming in from one side.
Oh
The flash
my.
is great. Align with the ult.
This was
We'll
KC
hold
map
that one
pick.
down. It's all onto Doss. Deep
There is
into
nothing he
the
can
tunnel
do.
he
He's
goes,
down
and
already, my
Foxa clears
friends.
him out.
This is
And that
over.
might be wraps for
Enterprise
KC. It's
beating
10
KC
seconds
on their
now
map
become
pick.
40 with a spike planted. Sugetsu and Shados.
Well deserved win.
to unwrap it.
Oh, my friends, calm down. Only the first
They do
map, my
this.
friends. Only the first.
Getsu and Shados do
Hopefully,
this.
we'll be able to see
This will
3.
be heard
We gotta
throughout
see
the
3,
edges.
KC. You
This
gotta
will
see 3
be
maps here.
clipped, shipped,
This is
and
elimination
stored.
game, by the way, my
But
friends.
Shados
Elimination
as
match.
well. Getsu has
Well
already
played,
fallen.
Enterprise.
A flawless
Thank you,
round
KC. But guys,
24 to the
gotta play
bitter
better.
end,
I'm not gonna lie.
not
It's gotta
including
play
an
way
overtime,
better than we're
but
playing
it's
right now.
Enterprise on Carmine Corsair.